we headed?
We're headed to Willow River Falls. This godforsaken humidity.
What's the degrees outside?
5 million Kelvin. Oh no, turn in this way.
Well, it's day one of our trip up north. We absolutely love this waterfall. It's so powerful and so refreshing. One of the thrilling and exciting parts outside of the water is navigating the rocks. Maneuvering it can be a little bit difficult because it's super slippery. But yeah, that's all part of the fun, the thrill, the excitement. So the water is really, really cold. But we did wind up going to the middle where the people are and sat there in the middle of the waterfall to enjoy it more together. Couldn't bring the phone there for obvious reasons. So after spending some time at the waterfalls, we reached our cabin. And it was a super, super cozy cabin, complete with a kitchen. And yes, absolutely love the aesthetic. Here's Stanley bringing all of her bags inside. But yeah, absolutely beautiful cabin with a lot of amenities.
Cozy.
This is really cute. And they have a fan because they knew I was coming.
Oh boy, look at that fan.
Oh God, there's a bear out there.
Oh, there's it.
Oh! Wow. And there's a road for coasters to come through.
You were not telling this man.
And there's also bears on the dresser.
These are the real bears.
Now say grace.
Oh Lord, bless us for our bagel bites. Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening. Oh, pizza in pizza at supper time. Why is he pizza evening and pizza supper time? Isn't that the same goddamn time?
These are two eyes. That's a nose. That's a mustache.
What abomination is this? A little story about this cabin. The idea of this cabin started when a little girl named Joy was hunting with her dad on this land. She saw the spring out back in the woods and she dreamed to build a cabin on the property one day. When Joy was grown up and her dad had retired, he helped her cut the logs with her grandfather's sawmill bought in 1950. Joy and her husband peeled 140 logs by hand using the knife that hangs above the patio door in the cabin now. The base structure was put up in 2009. The piano is a new addition to the cabin. It was recently restored this year. It was manufactured in 1909 and still has excellent sound quality. The land the cabin sits on was homesteaded 4 generations ago. The piano was brought from Bethel, in Minnesota in 1920. It's over 100 years old. We hope you feel the love of this cabin during your stay here. Your turn to share a story, advice, memories, or anything your heart desires in the pages of this journal.
You're all sunk in.
Help me, I can't get out of this bed. Oh no.
So it is day 2 of our trip up north, and we stopped by a little breakfast place in town before heading up north to a little town called Bayfield, where we plan to go check out the Apostle Islands. So it was the perfect day out there. There was absolutely no rain, blue skies all around, and it just felt so very peaceful, just being out on the water. So one of the more interesting islands that we saw was Devil's Island, and there's like a bunch of little caves along the edge, and when the waves kind of like hit up against it, it's something magical. It's so cool. We were able to see some lighthouses, and we also saw a couple of eagles soaring. After the tour, we went to this place called the Pickled Herring, and Stanley and I shared a plate of poutine, and then we had fish fry and a hamburger with some chips. After that, we made our way back to the cabin, and yes, I do know that having my feet on the dash is a very, very bad idea and very dangerous, but yeah, it was just kind of relaxing, and we made our way back to the cabin to enjoy a peaceful night together. So it's the next day. We had some breakfast and went over to one of the small towns to a bookstore and grabbed some kids' books. So after an afternoon of reading, pen paling, and coloring, we had a dinner of tacos, and he may or may not have put the liquid dish soap in there. Kidding, he didn't. Did you get scared?
Yeah.